5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Alien Romulus is easily the best Alien film since Aliens. I know that isn't saying much, but it's head and shoulders above everything that came in between. Fede Alvarez borrows all the best parts of Ridley Scott and James Cameron's Alien movies while putting his own distinctive stamp on the franchise. Just like in his blood-soaked, balls-to-the-wall Evil Dead remake, Alvarez takes everything fans love about this franchise and dials it up to 11. The characterization isn't quite as strong or well-rounded as the original film, but the cast make up for it with stunning performances bringing the ensemble to life. For the first hour or so, I was worried they'd spoiled all the best moments in the trailers, but once it gets into its second half and everything from the trailers has already been revealed, you have absolutely no idea where it's going.
Are you sure you want to do this?
This video will contain full spoilers for Alien Romulus, and believe me, you don't want this film spoiled if you're planning to watch it. The third act is crazy. I did a video a couple of weeks ago about what made Ridley Scott's original Alien film such a masterpiece, and a big part of it was that he took his time to get to know the characters and round out their relationships, so that when a killer alien showed up, it wasn't just mindless spectacle, you were emotionally invested in its victims. In that video, I predicted Alien Romulus would get to the killing a lot faster, and it does get to the killing faster than Scott's film, but to Alvarez's credit, he does take the time to build out the characters and their dynamics, and it helps that he has some of the world's finest young actors to bring those characters to life. The heart of the movie is the sibling relationship between Rain, played by Kaylee Spaney, and Andy, played by David Johnson. Andy is a scrapped android who was reprogrammed by Rain's dad to be her brother, so they've grown up together and they're determined to protect each other, and that bond feels totally real. After Priscilla and Civil War, Spaney had more than proven herself as a great dramatic actor, but in Alien Romulus she also proves herself as an action hero. She exhibits all of Ripley's best qualities without just doing a carbon copy of Sigourney Weaver's performance. She puts her own unique spin on that archetype. Johnson is initially really lovable as the gentle AI who wouldn't harm a fly, recalling his delightful turn as a spurned lover in Rye Lane. But his performance takes a really interesting turn when Andy gets an upgrade that turns him into a more ruthless machine. It's not easy for an actor to play two different characters inhabiting the same body, but Johnson nails it here. I also loved Isabella Merced in this movie. She made the fear feel totally real, and she's a really affable presence on screen. I was relieved when she was revealed to be alive after being dragged away by a xenomorph, because I wasn't ready to say goodbye to her character. On the other hand, I absolutely hated Spike Fern's character. I couldn't wait to see him die. But I think that was the point. He was a bully and you were supposed to hate him, so he did a really good job. There is one morally iffy inclusion in the supporting cast. The film brings Ian Holm back to life with CGI to play the evil android on board the Romulus station. I don't know how much backlash Hollywood has to face for resurrecting dead actors with CGI before they finally stop doing it. Even ignoring the moral implications of putting a dead man in your film, it never quite looks right, even when the character himself is supposed to be an artificial being, and the uncanny valley effect is very distracting. The Romulus android didn't have to be the same model as Ash, it could have been anyone. But that's not enough to ruin the film, he's basically just an exposition machine. Whereas films like Alien Resurrection and Prometheus have tried to think outside the box and do new things in the franchise, Alvarez's philosophy is, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Rather than trying to reinvent the wheel, he looks back to Alien and Aliens and cherry picks all the things that worked so well in each of them. It has the claustrophobic terror of the original Alien, the blockbuster action spectacle of Aliens, and the unbridled intensity of both. With a few recycled shots and plot points and a self-referential repeat of the line, "Get away from her, you bitch," at times Alien Romulus can feel like a sort of greatest hits compilation of all the best moments from Alien and Aliens. And it works just fine as a greatest hits montage. Alvarez recaptures the feel of those movies really well, but he also brings plenty of his own ideas to the table. We've never seen a swarm of face huggers, we've never seen gallons of acid blood floating in zero gravity, and he somehow managed to make the chest burster even gorier. Unlike the last few CGI-riddled Alien films, Alvarez utilizes a lot of practical effects in Alien Romulus, and it really goes a long way. When the sets are real, and the props are real, and the xenomorphs are real people in real costumes, then the terror on screen feels real too. But the best trick that Alvarez borrows from Scott's original film is the surprise third act twist. In the original Alien, just when you think it's over, it's not really over. When Ripley has made it to an escape pod and left the Nostromo to self-destruct, she's horrified to find that the xenomorph has followed her into the escape pod. Alien Romulus has a similar ending, but it goes way crazier with it. I've spoken on this channel about how I didn't like Prometheus because I didn't think the Xenomorphs needed an origin story. Who created the Xenomorphs wasn't a question we needed answered. But in Alien Romulus, my man Fede asks much more interesting questions I never even thought to ask. Like what would happen if an already pregnant woman got impregnated with a baby Xenomorph? The answer is that you'd get one of the Alien franchise's creepiest creations, a spindly, cold-blooded hybrid of human and Xenomorph dubbed the Offspring in the end credits. The hybrid thing is usually a cop-out when a franchise has run out of fresh ideas, like the Indominus Rex in Jurassic World. It's even been used before in the Alien franchise, with the Pred-Alien born in Aliens vs Predator Requiem. But I think it works really well in Romulus. Just when it seems like the movie is wrapping up and Alvarez hasn't quite pushed it far enough, the human Xenomorph hybrid comes along to shove it past the finish line. It's a totally batshit way to raise the stakes in the 11th hour and make survival even harder. And it was a really cool idea for the Xenomorphs to become even more ruthless once they got infused with a bit of human DNA. That was a nice bit of commentary on just how monstrous we can be. Alien Romulus is the 7th installment in a series with 2 good movies, so there wasn't much reason to have any hope for it at all. When the exhilarating trailers started to drop, it looked awesome, but the film seemed to be setting itself up for disappointment. It was building all this hype that would be hard to live up to, but against all odds, it does live up to the hype. Alien Romulus doesn't quite join Alien and Aliens in the GOAT Club, but it comes about as close as Disney's Alien 7 could be expected to. It has a really haunting atmosphere, it's anchored by some really great performances, and despite giving away a lot in the trailers, it still packs plenty of surprises. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you liked the video. Remember to like and subscribe and click on the little bell. And also seize the day and call your mom and be kind to yourself.